Welcome back to Double Your Vocabulary. We're absolutely thrilled you're joining us today for another exciting episode.
I'm Ernesto, and joining me is Iris, along with our little schnauzer friend, Spody. Today we're tackling the art of leaving a perfect voice message.
We've all faced that moment when your call goes straight to voicemail, right? It can feel awkward deciding what to say.
Absolutely. So we've put together 3 distinct real-life situations to show you exactly how to craft effective messages. Let's jump into the practice samples.
Hey there, it's me. Just wanted to catch up quickly about our plans for Saturday. Are we still on for lunch around noon, maybe at that new cafe downtown? Give me a call back whenever you get this to confirm. Hope your week is going great. Looking forward to hearing from you soon.
Good afternoon. I'm calling to schedule an appointment for a plumbing issue at my residence. Specifically, we have a persistently leaky faucet in the kitchen, and it's starting to become a real nuisance. We're generally available most afternoons next week, say between 1 and 4 p.m. Please call me back at your earliest convenience to discuss availability and potential service dates. You can reach me at 555-123-4567. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm calling regarding the Q3 project report that's due by end of day Friday. I had a quick question about the sales data presented in Section 2. I just need a bit of clarification on one of the figures. Could you please give me a ring when you have a free moment? My direct line is 4725, and I'll be at my desk for the next couple of hours. Thanks. So, in that first message to a friend, you heard a really natural and friendly tone. It's crucial to sound relaxed and state your reason for calling clearly and quickly.
Absolutely. You want to make it super easy for your friend to understand what's up and what you're hoping to do. Just keep it casual, mention the specific plan, and ask for a quick confirmation.
Notice how the second message, for the service provider, was much more structured and formal. It included the specific problem, the location, and even a window of availability.
Providing those exact details up front is a real-time saver. It helps the person calling you back know exactly what to expect and what tools or information they might need. Always give them the necessary context.
For the third scenario, with a colleague, it was professional yet still concise. Mentioning the specific project, the deadline, and a clear, focused question is incredibly helpful.
Yes, and giving a direct contact number or extension makes it incredibly efficient for them to respond without having to hunt you down. It shows you're being considerate of their time, too.
These examples really highlight how important a clear opening, a direct purpose, and a simple call to action are for any voice message.
Whether you're reaching out to a buddy or a business, being prepared with a brief, thoughtful message makes all the difference. It streamlines communication for both sides and avoids unnecessary back and forth.
Think about the key takeaway. Always start by identifying yourself, even if they have caller ID, and immediately state the reason for your call.
And don't forget to wrap up by telling them what you need them to do next, like call me back or send me an email. Keep it simple and actionable.
A good voice message isn't just about leaving information. It's about making it easy for the other person to respond effectively.
That's right, it really helps move things along efficiently, especially when everyone is busy. You want to be clear, but not overly wordy.
Even a simple, "Hope you're having a good day," can add a nice, personal touch without being too long.
It can make your message sound more human and less like a chore. People appreciate a little bit of warmth in their communications.
So next time you hear that beep, you'll be ready to deliver a perfect, clear, and concise message.
You'll sound confident and professional or perfectly friendly, depending on your audience. It truly makes a big difference in daily interactions.
The samples we heard really demonstrated how different situations call for different approaches. For that casual call to a friend, we noticed a very relaxed, conversational style.
Exactly. You want to sound like yourself, not like you're reading from a script. Mentioning something like, just wanted to catch up quickly, immediately sets that easygoing mood.
Right, and when you ask, "Are we still on for lunch?" It's direct but still very friendly. It's about getting confirmation without sounding demanding.
For the service call, the tone shifted completely. Phrases like, good afternoon, I'm calling to schedule an appointment, are much more formal, signaling a business interaction.
Yes, and the detailed description, a persistently leaky faucet, tells the service provider exactly what the problem is right away. No guessing games.
Providing availability, like generally available most afternoons next week, is also super helpful. It gives them options and shows you've thought ahead.
Then, for the work-related message, "I'm calling regarding the Q3 project report," is very professional and gets straight to the point.
And the phrase, I just need a bit of clarification on one of the figures, clearly defines the specific need, making it easy for the colleague to prepare their answer.
Offering your direct line, "My direct line is 4725, is a thoughtful touch. It saves them the effort of looking up your contact information.
So across all these, the common thread is clear communication. Whether it's a casual, give me a call back, or a more structured, please call me back at your earliest convenience, the action item is always evident.
Let's dive into some common phrases from those examples and see how versatile they are in different life situations. Take "just wanted to catch up quickly."
It's perfect for friends like, hey, just wanted to catch up quickly about the new restaurant downtown. It shows you respect their time, even in a casual context.
Or, if you're speaking with a colleague you know well, you could say, "Just wanted to catch up quickly on that new marketing idea we discussed yesterday."
Next, consider, are we still on for? This is great for confirming plans. With a friend, it might be, are we still on for dinner tonight?
In a more business-like scenario, perhaps a pickup order, you could use it like, "Are we still on for my pickup of the repair parts this afternoon?" It's clear and concise.
Moving to more structured communication, I'm calling to schedule an appointment. This is ideal for things like, I'm calling to schedule an appointment for my annual check-up with Dr. Smith.
Or even for personal services, "I'm calling to schedule an appointment to get my car's oil changed next Tuesday." Very straightforward.
Then there's the polite request, at your earliest convenience. This works well in a professional setting. For example, could you please review the attached report and reply at your earliest convenience?
It's also useful for customer service. "If you've had an issue, please investigate this billing error and call me back at your earliest convenience." It shows respect for their time while still making your request.
Finally, I'm calling regarding the is excellent for specific topics, like I'm calling regarding the upcoming client presentation on Friday.
Or for something completely different, "I'm calling regarding the parent-teacher conference next Tuesday for my son, Alex." It immediately tells the recipient what topic to expect.
Now let's explore how to adjust your language to sound either more relaxed or more polite, depending on who you're talking to. It's all about choosing the right words.
Exactly. For a relaxed tone with a friend, you might say, "Hey, can you send over that file when you get a sec?" It's casual, uses a contraction, and is very direct.
To sound more polite for a coworker you don't know as well, you would choose something like, "Would you be able to forward the report when you have a moment?" You use a full sentence and a modal verb.
Another example, asking someone to call you back. With a close friend, you'd likely say, "Give me a ring back whenever." Simple, informal, and gets the message across.
However, for a business contact, you'd want to be more respectful. Try, "Please return my call when it's convenient for you." That uses please and convenient, which are polite markers.
Consider explaining a minor issue, too. For your roommate, "My internet's acting weird." Short uses weird, which is a casual descriptor.
For a customer service representative, you'd choose different phrasing. "I'm experiencing a technical difficulty with my internet service." This is clearer and more professional in context.
The key is to match your communication style to your relationship with the listener. Being aware of these slight shifts in language makes a big impact.
It helps convey respect and ensures your message is received exactly as intended, whether it's a quick chat or an important request.
It truly does. Small adjustments in your word choice can completely change how your message is perceived. Now, let's play a rapid-fire game with 3 quick scenarios. For each, give us the perfect, short, direct response.
"I'm ready, bring them ons."
All right, first one. You're calling a company because an online order arrived damaged. What's your opening line?
"Hello, I'm calling about order number 7321. The item I received is broken."
Excellent, clear, and immediate. Second scenario. You see a good friend at the grocery store, but you're in a huge hurry. How do you quickly acknowledge them without being rude?
"Hey there, so good to see you, but I'm really rushing. Let's talk later."
Perfect for that situation. It shows you care but sets a boundary. Last one, you need to send a reminder to a colleague about an upcoming deadline for a shared task. They tend to forget.
Just a quick reminder about the report due on Friday. Let me know if you need anything to complete it.
That's fantastic. You offer help, too, which is a nice touch. This has been incredibly insightful, and it really highlights how crucial it is to think about who you're speaking to and why.
Absolutely. It's all about making sure your message lands just right every time.
Before we wrap up, could you give our listeners a super quick rundown of your top 3 takeaways from today's discussion?
Of course, first, always adapt your language to your listener and the specific circumstances. Second, be explicit about the action you want someone to take. And third, use precise vocabulary to clearly explain your needs or any issues.
Brilliant summary. Those are actionable tips that anyone can start using immediately to improve their spoken English.
I hope everyone feels more confident communicating in various situations now.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining us for this fantastic episode on tailoring your telephone language.
It was a pleasure sharing these insights.
Remember to subscribe to our Double Your Vocabulary podcast wherever you get your shows. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. We'll be back soon with more great content to boost your English skills.